Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day we stop waiting. Today is the day we stop hoping for change and start creating it. Most people believe transformation comes from big, dramatic shifts. But here's the truth. Real change, lasting change, happens in the small, consistent actions you take every single day. The problem, most people never start because they think they have to get everything perfect. Forget perfection, focus on progress. Your mindset shapes your reality. If you change your mind, you change your life. Everything starts with the thoughts you allow to dominate your mind. If you believe you are capable, if you believe you are worthy, if you believe success is inevitable, guess what? Your actions will align with that belief. But if you keep telling yourself, I can't, I'm not good enough, I'll never change, you are programming failure into your future. Take control of your thoughts and you take control of your destiny. Small steps lead to massive results. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. You don't have to run a marathon today. Just start by putting on your shoes and walking out the door. You don't have to read 50 books overnight. Just commit to 10 pages a day. It's about momentum. It's about stacking small wins that turn into unstoppable results. Success is built on habits, not motivation. Let's be real. Motivation is a liar. It comes and goes. If you rely on motivation, you'll never get anywhere. Instead, build habits that work even when you don't feel like it. Make success automatic. Set up routines that make it easier to win than to fail. If you want to be healthy, don't rely on willpower. Create an environment where healthy choices are the only option. Discipline equals freedom. Most people think discipline is restrictive. That's a lie. Discipline is what sets you free. When you master your discipline, you take control of your time, your energy, and your results. Think about it. When you discipline yourself to wake up early, you have more time for yourself. When you discipline yourself to manage your money, you have more financial freedom. Discipline is not about limitation. It's about unlocking your potential. Your environment determines your growth. Look around you. Who are you spending time with? What are you watching? What are you listening to? You cannot expect to grow if you're surrounded by negativity, distractions, and people who keep pulling you back. You need to elevate your environment if you want to elevate your life. Seek out mentors, books, and communities that inspire and push you forward. You become the sum of what you consume. Choose wisely. Take radical responsibility. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you success. This is your life, and you are responsible for where you go from here. Yes, life is unfair sometimes. Yes, obstacles will come. But winners don't waste time blaming the world. They find solutions. They adapt. They take charge. Own your choices. Own your habits. And own your transformation. Close. Today, I challenge you, take one small step toward the person you want to become. Just one, because that one step will lead to another and another, and before you know it, you'll look back and see just how far you've come. Focus on you, take action, and transform your life one small step at a time. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do in life. It's the invisible force that drives your actions, shapes your habits, and ultimately determines your success or failure. The way you think is the difference between feeling stuck in life and breaking through to a higher level of personal transformation. Most people never take control of their mindset. Instead, they allow their thoughts to be dictated by past experiences, societal conditioning, and limiting belief. But here's the truth. Your mindset is not fixed. It's something you can train, develop, and strengthen, just like a muscle. And if you learn to master it, you can change your entire reality. Think about it. Everything you've achieved or failed at in life has been influenced by the way you think. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, or this is just the way I am, you're reinforcing a mindset of limitation. And what happens when you believe something? Your brain finds ways to prove you right. If you think you're incapable of success, you'll avoid opportunities, procrastinate on taking action, and sabotage yourself before you even begin. But if you shift your mindset to, I am capable, I will find a way, and every challenge is an opportunity for growth, You start to see possibilities where you once saw obstacles. Your beliefs shape your actions. When you adopt an empowering mindset, you naturally take the kind of actions that move you forward. You show up differently. You speak with more confidence. You push through discomfort instead of running from it. And here's the key. You don't need to have all the answers or feel 100% confident to start shifting your mindset. You just need to start challenging the beliefs that are holding you back. Ask yourself, where did these limiting thoughts come from? Who told you that you couldn't be successful? Who made you believe that change was impossible? Often, these beliefs are inherited from family, teachers, or past failures that left a lasting impression on your mind. But just because you believe something for years doesn't make it true. One of the most powerful things you can do to transform your mindset is to become aware of your internal dialogue. Most people walk around with a constant loop of negative self-talk playing in their heads, and they don't even realize it. The words you tell yourself matter. They shape your emotions, your behavior, and ultimately your results. If you want to change your life, you must first change the way you speak to yourself. Instead of saying, I'm bad with money, start saying, I'm learning how to manage my finances. Instead of saying, I'll never be in shape, say, I'm developing the discipline to be healthier every day. Language matters because it programs your subconscious mind to focus on solutions instead of problems. Another crucial aspect of mindset is understanding that failure is not a dead end, it's feedback. The people who achieve the most in life are not the ones who never fail, they're the ones who fail, learn, and keep moving forward. Most people let failure define them. They try something, it doesn't work out, and they make the mistake of thinking, this means I'm not good enough. But failure doesn't mean you're not capable. It simply means you haven't figured out the right approach yet. If you reframe failure as a learning experience instead of a personal flaw, you become unstoppable. You stop fearing mistakes and start seeing them as necessary steps in your growth. Your mindset also determines how you handle challenges. Life will always throw obstacles your way. There's no escaping that. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't the presence of obstacles, it's the way they respond to them. A weak mindset sees obstacles as a reason to give up. A strong mindset sees them as opportunities to grow. When you face a setback, you have two choices. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. You can ask, why is this happening to me? Or you can ask, what is this teaching me? That small shift in perspective changes everything. One of the best ways to strengthen your mindset is to surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. You become the sum of the people you spend the most time with. If you're constantly around negativity, gossip, and excuses, that mindset will rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with ambitious, growth-minded people, their energy will elevate you. You'll start to think bigger, push yourself harder, and believe in your potential more than ever before. If you don't have that kind of support system in your immediate circle, seek it out. Listen to podcasts, read books, join mastermind groups, do whatever it takes to immerse yourself in a mindset of growth. Another powerful tool for mindset transformation is visualization. Your brain doesn't know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that actually happens. If you consistently visualize yourself succeeding, whether it's in your career, health, relationships, or personal growth, your brain starts to create the neural pathways needed to make that vision a reality. Top athletes, CEOs, and high achievers across every industry use visualization to mentally rehearse their success before it happens. Why? Because when you see it in your mind first, your confidence and belief grow and your actions follow. Gratitude is another game changer when it comes to mindset. It's easy to focus on what's wrong in your life, but when you train yourself to focus on what's right, your entire perspective shifts. Gratitude rewires your brain to see abundance instead of lack, possibilities instead of problems. Every morning, take a few minutes to think about or write down 3 things you're grateful for. It might seem simple, but over time, it creates a profound shift in how you experience life. The final key to mastering your mindset is to take action. Too many people spend their lives waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the perfect conditions. But here's the truth. Waiting is a mindset of fear. Action is the cure. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to take the next step, no matter how small. Each time you take action, you build confidence, momentum, and belief in yourself. And when you do that consistently, your mindset shifts from "I hope I can" to "I know I will." Your mindset is the foundation of your personal transformation. If you change your thoughts, you change your beliefs. If you change your beliefs, you change your actions. And if you change your actions, you change your life. Take control of your mind and you take control of your destiny. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a single day, but underestimate what they can achieve in a year. The reason so many people feel stuck is that they believe change has to be massive and immediate. They think transformation requires overnight success, dramatic shifts, or some breakthrough moment. But the truth is, lasting change doesn't come from one big action. It comes from the small, consistent steps you take every day. The challenge is that most people give up too soon. They start something new, excited and full of energy, but when they don't see instant results, they get discouraged. They think their effort isn't making a difference, so they stop. But real progress is often invisible at first. Imagine a bamboo tree. When you plant the seed, you water it, nurture it, and for years nothing happens. But underground, it's growing strong roots. Then, seemingly overnight, the bamboo shoots up and grows exponentially. This is how progress works. It's happening beneath the surface long before you see visible results. Every small step you take is a seed planted. Reading 10 pages a day may not seem like much, but over a year, that's 3,650 pages. Dozens of books. Walking for 20 minutes each day might feel insignificant, but over time, it strengthens your body, builds endurance, and improves your health. Saving just a few dollars a day doesn't seem life-changing, but over time, it compounds into financial security. The key is consistency. One reason people struggle with small steps is that they focus too much on the final outcome instead of the process. If you only fixate on losing 50 pounds, getting out of debt, or becoming successful, the journey feels overwhelming. But if you focus on the next small action, choosing a healthier meal, setting aside $5, improving just 1% every day, it becomes manageable. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Momentum is everything. When you take even the smallest action, you create energy. That energy builds confidence, which leads to bigger steps. The hardest part is starting. Once you take the first step, the next one becomes easier. Think about pushing a car. At first, it takes effort to get it moving, but once it starts rolling, it requires less force to keep going. Your personal transformation works the same way. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting until they feel motivated. But motivation is unreliable. It fades. What matters is discipline and habits. If you can commit to small daily actions, even when you don't feel like it, the results will come. The key is to make success automatic. Instead of relying on willpower, create an environment where good choices are the default. Set your workout clothes out the night before, put your book next to your bed, remove distractions that slow you down, make the right choice the easy choice. Success is not about making giant leaps. It's about taking small, consistent steps every day. Those steps may seem insignificant at first, but over time, they add up to something extraordinary. Most people believe that success is about motivation. They think that in order to achieve something great, they need to feel inspired, energized, and excited every single day. But the truth is, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like a wave. Some days you feel unstoppable, and other days you can barely get out of bed. If you rely on motivation alone, you will struggle to stay consistent. The real key to transformation isn't motivation, it's habits. Habits determine your success far more than how you feel in any given moment. Think about the most successful people in any field, athletes, entrepreneurs, artists. They don't wake up every morning feeling motivated. They don't always want to train, work, or push themselves, but they do it anyway because they have built systems and routines that make success automatic. They don't wait for motivation. They rely on discipline and consistency. Habits take the guesswork out of growth. Instead of debating whether or not to take action, you make it a part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. The beauty of habits is that once they are ingrained, they require less effort. When something becomes second nature, you no longer waste energy deciding whether to do it, you just do it. This is why small daily actions are so powerful. A single workout won't change your body, but working out consistently will. Reading one book won't make you an expert, but reading for 20 minutes every day will make you smarter over time. Writing for 10 minutes a day won't turn you into a best-selling author overnight, but eventually it will lead to a book. Habits compound, and over time, they shape your identity. Your habits define who you become. If you have habits that align with success, you will move in that direction naturally. If you have habits that hold you back, you will struggle no matter how much motivation you feel. This is why it's crucial to audit your daily routines. What do you do every morning? How do you spend your evenings? What small actions are shaping your future, even if you don't realize it? If your habits don't align with the person you want to become, it's time to make a change. The key to building powerful habits is to start small. Many people fail because they try to do too much at once. They decide to change everything overnight, and when they can't sustain it, they give up. But transformation isn't about massive action. It's about small, consistent improvements. Start with just one habit. Make it easy. Instead of committing to an hour at the gym, start with 10 minutes. Instead of writing a full chapter, start with a single paragraph. Progress is about momentum. The easier the habit is to start, the more likely you are to stick with it. Ultimately, success isn't about feeling motivated. It's about taking action regardless of how you feel. Master your habits and you will master your future. Most people view discipline as a restriction, something that takes away their freedom and makes life more difficult. They associate discipline with sacrifice, hard work, and struggle, so they resist it. But in reality, discipline is the key to true freedom. When you develop self-discipline, you gain control over your time, your choices, and your future. Instead of being controlled by bad habits, distractions, or emotions, you become the one in charge. Discipline allows you to create the life you truly want instead of being stuck in cycles of frustration and regret. Without discipline, life feels chaotic. You wake up late, rush through the day, procrastinate on important tasks, and feel overwhelmed. You react to life instead of taking charge, but with discipline, you create structure, clarity, and purpose. You don't waste time on meaningless distractions. You focus on what truly matters. Instead of being a slave to impulse, you make intentional choices that bring you closer to your goals. Discipline isn't about limiting yourself, it's about freeing yourself from the habits and patterns that hold you back. Think about any area of life where people struggle: health, finances, relationships, career. The root cause of most failures isn't a lack of knowledge or talent. It's a lack of discipline. People know they should eat better, exercise, save money, and work toward their dreams, but they don't follow through consistently. They let excuses, laziness, or short-term comfort get in the way. But discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It means sticking to your commitments regardless of your emotions. Discipline is not something you are born with. It's something you develop. It's like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. The first step is to start small. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Choose one area where you need more discipline and commit to a simple action every day. It could be waking up earlier, sticking to a budget, exercising for 10 minutes, or spending less time on social media. The key is consistency. The more you practice discipline in one area, the more it spreads into other parts of your life. One of the biggest benefits of discipline is that it builds confidence. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you prove to yourself that you are in control. You start to trust yourself. You become someone who takes action instead of making excuses. This confidence then fuels even greater success. The stronger your discipline, the more unstoppable you become. In the end, discipline is not about punishment. It's about empowerment. It gives you the ability to create the life you want instead of settling for less. The moment you embrace discipline as a tool for freedom, everything changes. You stop relying on motivation, stop making excuses, and start taking ownership of your future. The more disciplined you become, the more freedom you create for yourself in every area of life. The people you surround yourself with have a direct impact on your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your success. Whether you realize it or not, your environment is constantly influencing you. The way you think, the way you act, and even the way you see yourself are all shaped by the people you spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with negative, unmotivated, or toxic people, their energy will pull you down. But if you surround yourself with ambitious, growth-minded individuals, their mindset will elevate you. Success is not just about hard work, it's also about proximity. If you want to grow, you need to be in an environment that pushes you to be better. This is why high performers seek out mentors, mastermind groups, and communities of like-minded people. They understand that success leaves clues, and the fastest way to transform is to learn from those who have already achieved what they want. When you are around people who are disciplined, goal-oriented, and focused, you naturally start to adopt their habits and mindset. You start to think bigger, take bolder actions, and believe in your own potential. The problem is that many people stay in environments that limit them. They hold on to relationships that no longer serve them out of comfort or loyalty. They surround themselves with friends, co-workers, or even family members who constantly complain, make excuses, and settle for mediocrity. And whether they realize it or not, this negativity seeps into their own thinking. If the people around you are always talking about why things are too hard, why success is impossible, or why they can't change, those thoughts start to become your own. The key to transformation is to be intentional about who you let into your life. Ask yourself, do the people around me inspire me, challenge me, and push me to grow, or do they drain my energy and hold me back? If you want to achieve more, you need to surround yourself with people who expect more from themselves and from you. This doesn't mean cutting everyone out of your life, but it does mean being mindful of who you spend the most time with. If your current environment isn't helping you grow, find a new one. Read books by successful people, listen to empowering podcasts, join groups where people are striving for the same goals, seek out mentors who can guide you and hold you accountable. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is to realize that you don't have to do it alone. Growth is easier when you are surrounded by people who support and encourage you. When you are around those who believe in you, it strengthens your belief in yourself. The right environment makes success feel possible. And when success feels possible, you take more action. Choose your circle wisely because the people you surround yourself with will either push you forward or pull you back. The biggest obstacle to personal transformation isn't lack of ability or opportunity, it's fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment, and even fear of success. Most people let fear dictate their decisions, keeping them stuck in their comfort zones. They tell themselves they'll take action when they feel ready, but that day never comes. Growth doesn't happen inside your comfort zone. If you want to transform your life, you must learn to act in spite of fear. Fear is a natural response to anything unfamiliar. It's your brain's way of trying to keep you safe. But in today's world, most of the fears that hold you back aren't real threats. They're just mental barriers. Fear of speaking up in a meeting won't physically harm you. Fear of starting a business won't put your life in danger. Fear of going to the gym for the first time actually hurt you. But because fear triggers the same fight or flight response as a real danger, people allow it to control their actions. They avoid challenges, delay important decisions, and settle for less than they're capable of. The truth is, confidence doesn't come before action, it comes from action. The more you push through fear, the more you realize it was never as big as you made it out to be. Every time you take action, despite fear, you weaken its grip on you. The first time you step outside your comfort zone, it feels terrifying. The second time, it's uncomfortable. The third time, it starts to feel normal. Eventually, what once scared you becomes second nature. Growth happens when you lean into discomfort instead of running from it. Most people assume that successful people are fearless. That's not true. The difference is that they've trained themselves to act despite fear. They understand that fear and excitement feel almost identical. The only difference is perspective. What if, instead of seeing fear as a sign to stop, you saw it as proof that you're on the edge of growth? What if, instead of avoiding fear, you used it as a compass guiding you toward transformation? One of the most powerful ways to overcome fear is to reframe failure. People fear failure because they see it as a reflection of their worth. But failure is not an endpoint. It's a learning process. Every mistake is feedback, every setback is a lesson, and every failure is a step towards success. The only real failure is never trying. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than others have even attempted. They understand that every failure gets them closer to mastery. Fear will always be there, but it doesn't have to control you. The only way to overcome it is to take action. Start small. Do something every day that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Speak up when you're nervous. Take the first step on a big goal or embrace the possibility of making mistakes. The more you train yourself to act despite fear, the more unstoppable you become. Transformation begins the moment you stop waiting for fear to disappear and start moving forward anyway. Transformation isn't about making massive changes overnight. It's about committing to small, consistent actions that compound over time. It's about shifting your mindset, building powerful habits, surrounding yourself with the right people, embracing discipline, and pushing through fear. The key to success is not waiting for the perfect moment, the right motivation, or some external validation. The key is to take control of your life one small step at a time. Your future is shaped by the choices you make today, the small decisions you make, how you spend your time, who you surround yourself with, what habits you cultivate will determine where you end up. The good news is that transformation is always within your control. You don't need permission and you don't need to wait. You have everything you need right now to start becoming the person you were meant to be.